stream looks this morning. How nasty it looks. You know why it looks fucking nasty and I'm fucking blue? Because a fucking old man decided to sit at the same time where I sat yesterday. He had availability out the ass. He had 50 fucking chairs, but now I wanted to sit where I sit. And there's a problem here in New York City. They don't stop. They don't stop. The homeless people are the same. If I were to go to sleep tonight or right now, climb that motherfucking totem pole and sleep at the at the how do you call it, winter, I know, how do you call it, window planter, like hang myself up there like a cat with a blanket. In 2 days, I would find a motherfucker laying down in that motherfucker too. It's serious out here. They don't stop. They do the same thing. Like they don't pick their own chair. They see you and then they want to sit in that chair too. I take it personal. Every time they break my routine and make me change where I sit, where I work, where I could drink my fucking coffee and do all these things, I take it mad personal because it's people that has seen me sit there before. You understand what I'm saying? It's people that have seen me there and decide to sit right there. They could have identity, you know. It's a psychological thing. They could have identity, right? And pick a different chair. I want to sit next to him, and I respect that, because human beings have identity, but the majority of New Yorkers do not. They just don't. They're like, yeah, he sits there, I want to sit there too. They're psychologically inclined to take the same seat instead of, I know this guy's coming. I see him yesterday. Let me sit right. I want to listen to him more. I don't want to bother him. I want to sit next to him. But that don't happen here. It's right where you sit. It's not next to you. It's not next to you. No, it's right where you sit. It's fucked up. It gets real. It gets real annoying. It's real annoying. Look, availability out the ass, and you got to deal with that. Person next to me had to leave because I was loud, and my stream looks like shit this morning. Looks like big shit. Look at that. You see that? Might as well just take the background off, right? Let me take the background off real quick, cause let's let's make it. Let's take it off. Oh, that's how I look. That's my background. Ooh, so pretty. It looks like I'm halfway up a high rise right now. So yeah, we're gonna log into Thinkorswim today and see where we at. That stupid piece of shit trying to smear me yesterday called me a pedophile in the motherfucking library, yo. That motherfucker, that's a fucking pigskin motherfucker. Pig meat motherfucker. Trying to smear me and shit. You got caught. He's one of them. You understand what I'm saying? Anyone that blurts that bullshit out, we're balls deep in them bitches. In motherfucking German out of pussy. Straight up. I'm being real with it. You want to call me something? You better be careful who you with. You better be careful who you standing on this. Who's your friend? Because I've already let go of one person for looking to hang out with them nasty girl killing motherfuckers. Because they're not even fucking rapists. They're girl killing motherfuckers. They kill women. It's completely different, because once you stick a handful of cunt in your arm to your elbow, that's sex to death. That's not normal. In machismo Puerto Rican culture, they like to open them up. They think that's fun because they don't want to fucking ejaculate or any of the bullshit that these people suffer from, the psychological disorders that these people suffer from. But once you get to a certain extent of what they do, that they don't give a shit. They don't have any psychosocial development. They grew up with no girlfriend. Once they get to that, when they start accelerating freedom or what they want to do, because we do what we want. Once they accelerate what they want to do, they end up elbow deep in a woman's cunt. And that's sex to death. And they should all be punished for it. So in this city, I got a couple people that want to show front and run. They want to say, oh, you're a pedophile, and motherfucking run away because they know they on that side. They know they threading, they walking the teeter rope. They walking the thin line of what they do to women over there in PR. It's serious, bro. It's serious. This has to stop over there in PR. They have to get killed. Every single person in my book that is easy to get should be chopped up into 1,000 little pieces with a sharp stone sharpened machete. But I mean, by my uncle. Let's go to the shoe shop. You guys, can you sharpen this motherfucker for me? Get a big one, a sugar cane one, like that, bam, and sharpen that motherfucker and catch it. Put a couple blows in him with them there, so that they see. You remember what you did to this girl? Like that, very casual. Don't let him show the machete. Keep it like behind you, Dominican style. Keep it behind your leg. Do you remember what you did to this bitch? Do you remember? Do you remember when you opened her up and the vaginal canal connected to the renal or the rectal canal? Do you remember that? Do you remember inserting a knife, making downward facing cuts in her genitals? Do you remember putting a pump on her clitoris? You remember doing all those things when she was a minor? And fucking take the machete and give them a couple times, in front of them so that they see it. 1, 2, 3, and top of the head, 2. Just bah! That sounds like a fucking hollow coconut in the body and the arm, so they start going like that. And you finish them in their apartment. You get a scene up, get them working with me, roll them up, put them in bags, continue the chopping process, put them in a couple bags and throw them out in the trash. Nobody's gonna care if they live or die. These people are real criminal. And what's worse about them is that they're still public. They want to hang out next to you. They think they've done nothing, like in their mentality. They want to be in the same cafeteria that you work. They want to sit in the same library. They want to be with you, thinking that they've done nothing. Psychologically, there's no guilt there, which makes them even more dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? It makes them even more fucking dangerous that they're not like the majority of criminals in Puerto Rico. They're retarded. They'll sit right next to you 20 years later and put a smile like, like I done nothing. What are you gonna do? Like testing you. And what you want is hollowing they fucking head. You want to hollow them ass out. You want to see brain matter. You want to generate some form of justice. Get them back. Get back gang. Why? Because all these girls, including minors, knew that I was about to marry Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga was behind me for this whole fucking time. They were fucking doing missions. Oh, grandmother's house, father's house, mother's house. They were doing missions to know my family because we were supposed to keep a promise. And the Puerto Ricans took that chance, like they've done with every other ex-girlfriend of mine, to go raw dog them, to go treat them like women when they were fucking children, to treat them like a fucking street whore when they were fucking children. You understand what I'm saying? And that's when you need to draw the line with psychopaths or with people who have no control of what they do to women. That's when you need to draw the line, because in the psychology of men, the majority of these men have zero, zero psychosocial development. Zero. They don't understand what it means to hold a girl's hand in middle school. They don't understand what it means to be kissed first in middle school or in junior high. They never had a girlfriend in high school. And when that fucking psychosocial shit blows up and they're 2021, they'll kill them. They'll kill them. They don't know what they're doing. They'll use drugs. They'll use liquor. They use pills. They'll inject a fucking minor. They'll rape a minor. They'll cunt and fist a motherfucking minor. They'll break her open. They'll kill her, and then deny what they did. Then tell to their parents, "I don't know what I did," with their motherfucking dick pumped out this big, like their fucking dick this long and like that big motherfucking, and a dick fucking this wide and shit. Raw dog and a motherfucking 4 feet and a half high person. They need to go. They need to go because they had help from people. They moved, they passed him around to the neighborhood. Oh, she's going to marry him. He's going to marry Enriquito. Ella se va a casar con Enriquito. And what they did was mass rape her, sex trafficking. Sex trafficking and child sex trafficking. Up to the highest levels of Puerto Rican music and reggaeton. Hope I made it clear. I don't want to continue with the topic because I get a little bit too emotional. I keep it raw. I keep it just like the words of my book. It's people that need a fucking machete, a real machete, nice and rock grinded and sharpened on both sides. In front of their house with them. Come on, baby girl. Come on, stand right there. Like that one, aiming at them with the motherfucking sword in their hand. Like, do you remember what this is, girl? Do you remember? Or are you crazy? You think we're crazy out here? No, we didn't do nothing. No. Boom, 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 like we were chopping sugar cane and it's their bodies. That's what they deserve. It's real unfortunate that it has to go down that way, or capital punishment or life in prison. You got to decide. I'm ready to put some justice in myself. Get some of that hot caliente. And I'm not going to go for the dome. I'm going to go for the chest. I want to see them fucking bleed out from the mouth. Some hot caliente, real shit. And I'm not going to hit them with a high caliber. I'm going to hit with a low caliber, nice and steady, slow burn death. Nice and slow, asphyxiation, and watch them motherfucking spit their blood out. It has to go down. Why? Because they get all these people. They think they got people. They think they could they think they could get people on their side to defend them. They got money. So you got a random motherfucker calling you a pedophile in the middle of the library trying to smear you. And luckily the library knows that I wrote that book. You know, they know that how do you call it? The library here at Battery Park. The librarians know I wrote a book about Lady Gaga and what happened to her in PR. So they're understanding. They understand what my book is about. And I'm pretty sure they read it. They got involved in reading about 5 books of the motherfucker. Letters every day for 2.5 years. Letters every day for 2.5 years. It got to go down. I'm sorry. They're getting a little bit heated. They're not getting physical. They're not getting dangerous. But they're looking to get some support. That's what I'm seeing from them. These people that have sex to death in their profile, real sex to death, on 9mm Nicolas Cage shit. Sex to death. They like to kill women. They kill women in sex trafficking and drug trafficking, looking to put shit in their body and put them in a private plane. And they be now looking to get people to defend them. You understand what I'm saying? Looking to get people with their innocent face to defend them, and they're not going anywhere because what they should be doing is hiding, like the pussies that they are. You know, they should be in the motherfucking house, in their house, with the curtains down, not letting anyone see them. That's what a real Puerto Rican criminal would do. That's what a real one would do. You got drug trafficking, you got arrested, you're a DEA informant, you stay in your house. Don't come out your house. Go to the skate park, come back. Go to the ocean, have a couple take a couple drinks at the bar and go back home. You're a major criminal. But nah, these people, the motherfucking the child sex trafficking dudes want to sit next to you and smile, like initiate, try to start something, act crazy, like retarded, like try avoid the look, you know what I mean? Try to avoid the look. Try to avoid looking at him, act retarded while looking at him. Look, keep that fucking grotesque sex to death smile in their face, like that. Just ooh, motherfucker. Extend the clip with a switch on it. At close, at point blank, Neo style, like that. Big time with 40 hollows, just into a single, so that they breathe easily, so that they understand that they can't be in this one. And if they all were to vanish, the majority of the other problems would stop. because they're not only involved in doing that to young girls, they're involved in doing and looking to stop me from working and looking for me to have and looking to stop me from having a job and looking to stop me from having personal property, cars, apartments, looking to steal my shit and replace it with older stuff like my brother. These people don't stop. They don't have a plug that you could unplug them from doing shit to you. They don't have it. They don't have that shit. They don't have an outlet of 140-volt plug that you could just stop. Stop what you're doing right now. They've been doing it since I was 17. They're not gonna stop. They're gonna continue doing what they're doing, and they're probably right now fucking them. In my opinion, they're in the apartment, and they're pulling up, ugly as they are now. Oh, let me get some, and they just bend over. They just bend over. The people that suffered the crimes are still getting dicked down by them 20 years later, when they were minors, when they were young women. And that's the worst of it. That's classic Puerto Rican style. Stories, news, on and on and on of what Hispanic people do to young women. Oh, he's his primo, his cousin, blah blah blah. Held her. The guy that confined the Rodriguez guy that how do you call it? Confined to change both of his daughters or whatever. Another motherfucking, it's over and over again. The story repeats itself. These people do this to women. There's substantial evidence of, how do you call it? False imprisonment, change, sex trafficking, child sex. There's enough evidence that these Puerto Rican people have something in their mind that makes them feel better than a woman. They don't have this stop in it. They don't have what we have. Americans, we've been with a woman since our middle school year. We've had a girlfriend since our middle school year. We know how to treat them, how to kiss, how to fuck, where to touch, where not to touch, how to French kiss. We're taught all these things. But Puerto Rican, is, we're going to stick a knife in a cunt. We're going to open her up, partirla, open her up. Let's make it real visceral. Let's put knives up in there. Let's graffiti, etch and sketch with a knife the labia of a woman. Let's do all these things. Oh, let's remove la matriz. Let's remove the ovaries or the entire lining of the vagina. Let's do all these things. They don't understand what they do. They're too machismo culture. And they're dumb enough to come right sit next to you, right there in Whole Foods for a long time too. They're dumb enough to think that because they were exchanging clothes, like if they were characters in a movie, 3-4 people wearing the same thing, and then the real one every once in a while, 3-4 people wearing the same thing, and then the real one and another one once in a while. And then once the girls show up, they all show up, because Cynthia Germanata and the girls showed up to the Whole Foods. And lady sat right in front of me on the table when I was working. I looked at her, she looked at me. She took 2 scoops of rice in her mouth looking at me. She took it and she left. And where do these people follow? Who do these people follow? They follow them. The second they walked out, they were right behind them. People that hurt them when they were young. People that drugged them when they were young. People that sodomized them when they were young. The people that stuck their hand deep in their fucking cunt when they were young. Why? Because PR is full of retarded people. Sorry. The mix of Puerto Rican and Dominican is a little bit too violent with too much libido. Way too violent with too much libido. Dominican, Puerto Rican, that's the motherfucker you gotta call out. When they're born, if they're male, get them the fuck out. Keep them in Dominican Republic. Don't let them come to PR or race them in the United States, because what they do when when their free will appears, when their mentality that they could do anything to anyone starts showing up, they don't stop. They're like a Scorpio with a pistol, with murders, with drug trafficking, buying out police, bribing police with nominas or giving money to police officers to not get caught in drug trafficking. They're worse than that. Luckily, that person involved in drugs and guns, but they're worse than that. when that shit breaks open in their head, that they want to try, then they want to hide that they killed the minor. They want to hide that they put a motherfucking they put a motherfucking cable extension cord around the child's neck or drowned it or some stupid shit like that, or ate the ovaries of a woman, or ate the intestines, fried the intestines and ate them after eating all they shit and starving them under false imprisonment. After the mentality of Puerto Rican culture, machismo culture, gets deep in, into someone else, into harming someone else, they don't quit. There are people that are still walking, people, they have names, I know where they live, and they got to be eradicated. They have to be eradicated. It is not a joke. It is not laughing matter. It is not a, we could do whatever we want. We're millionaires, because that's in their mentality. They think because they got $250,000 in Bitcoin, or because they did sexual favors to people, that other people gave them money, they think that they're successful. But they're worse than Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy's a minor criminal compared to them. Harvey Weinstein, a minor criminal. Harvey at best just groped a woman, groped them, and gave them motherfucking diamonds, props to keep. Oh, keep the diamond earrings, keep that $1,000 dress, or that $100,000 dress. Keep all that shit. Harvey couldn't keep his hands to himself. Puff Daddy drugged and raped women. These people kill minors. You understand what I'm saying? These people kill minors, and they want to sit next to you and act like nothing happened. They want to act like nothing happened, creating these morbid orifices behind the woman that are about this big. Remember, they drove me to where they were. These people wanted to kill them. They wanted me to take the shot. There was a gun in the car, and we were driving around it. Look what he's doing to her. And again, another place. Look, you see that? You see that bloody mattress? Look what they're doing to her. Go in there, shoot him. You know, psychologically, because Puerto Ricans don't talk about murder like that. But what should have been done was not done. What should have been done was not done, because then we would have ruined our reputation. But we followed them everywhere they went. Every person, every action, memories, witnesses that people cried, treating them like if they were fucking African slaves getting raped by Spaniards. And these were American white women, and they are deep charcoal brown. They are mulatto. I'm gonna leave it at that, because that's the point. That's the point. That is the point. Let's see if that person who called me a pedophile yesterday is gonna show up. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to show up. See if they're gonna let him in the door and see what he's gonna do. Let's see what he's gonna do. Because he's on his side. I'm pretty sure he ran the fuck out when I called him a pigskin. Or in Spanish, carne de puerco, piel de puerco, machete. He knows what that is. Ran like a motherfucker. Got the boy, another Puerto Rican boy in that big navy blue shirt. He knows what he did. I said, be careful what side you're on. These people got money, right? They got cars, they got guns. They be throwing out money like crazy. They got guns. They be spinning this block with rifles. And I know what their cars look like. Golden Nissan Sentra, golden hatchback, or a brown, not golden, but like a pink. It's a really easy color to discern. A hatchback, a red car, a short Toyota Corolla, an orange car, also a Toyota Corolla. These people, they gotta go. They gotta go. They should not be free in the world looking to continue to put pressure in another human life, because they ruined everything for me. Everything. Not only the marriage between me and Lady Gaga, and having all these flower girls chasing us up and down, trying to come in my house. My father told him, no, I don't want any whores here. No. My father go on and do what he did to those girls. My mother kicking them out like if they were whores. My grandmother saying the same thing, and they getting raped outside my grandmother's house. This is real. What they did to me was pure prejudice. Real hardcore prejudice. But in their mind, that shit don't click. They think they could continue doing to other people what they've done. They could continue, I'm still a slave in their mind. I'm still an African fucking slave in their psychosis. Gets real, really, really fucking dangerous. They are really dangerous people. Where are we going? Stock market looking like it's bearish. Mm, could be bullish, could be bearish. We gotta watch. I'll make trade when the blue signal comes out, if it's a real one. But so far, you could see what happened yesterday. Yesterday, the market tanked all the way down and made an even lower low at 566.03, which is the number I said yesterday. And it's bouncing back from 66. It found some demand. The support line is not going to stop it. It gotta go, man. I'm sorry. They gotta go. They're trying to ruin. Lucky I'm only sitting and working from public places. But if I would have gone either into Goldman, into Amex, into anywhere in the city, they would have stalked me there, and they would have gone in there, and they would have acted with the same type of prejudice they had for those girls, with the same lack of thought of their guilt, with no guilt, with nothing. This is what they think that we are supposed to stand in the trench line and face the prejudice and face the hate towards women, or face the hate towards people that might have been my new family, and all these things that they did to my girlfriend since I was young. And they think that we're supposed to still face them, that nothing is going to happen. Right? If I were to have a private job, they will go up in there, they will find out, they will go in the door. Yeah, no, he's my friend, he's my brother, he's my cousin, he's this and that. Oh, I'll give you some money. Let me go upstairs. What floor is he in? Act like that to try to get people kicked out, because they want people under their control. They think that they could define the fate of a human. They think they could define the fate of a family involved in child sex trafficking and prostitution, involved in sex to death. It's people that need to get fucking shot in their motherfucking gut so they bleed the fuck out. It is not a joke, man. These people have ruined most of my life. They have taken the best of my life, and now even at 40, they persist in standing their fucking ground and doing what they do. And I still don't have a pistol in the bag. I still don't have 50 rounds up in there, paper patched bullets to put in them, so that they understand, so that they get the idea when it goes boom. Oh, ow! I got a hole in me. Well, you know what you did. That's it. It's simple. It's real simple. They ruined everything with under the same premise, under the same idea, with the same prejudice, with the same hate for me and my white women, for the same success that I had in life. They've done the same thing. They are not going to stop. I'm 40. They're going to continue doing it until I'm dead. And then when I'm dead, pick another fucking target. Pick another target. Could be my brother, could be my sister. Just throw